The back room of the pub. 3 gold. Here is the church. Have you met Nava yet? No. Oh, well, she's a real beauty who lives in the southern part of the town. I'd like to get to know her better, but her brother Zev is very protective. He doesn't take kindly to other men hanging around her. Do you see that warrior over there praying? Every time he has a run-in with Strom, he has to be stretchered here to recover. I'll show you, Strom. You just wait and see. I'm still the top dog in this town. Oh, revenge is going to be so sweet. That last time, you were just lucky. And the time before that, you were lucky then too. But your luck is going to run out. There's nothing surer. Heh. Yeah, we'll see about that. Well, a mini-medal. We're up to 20. Poison muck? Ew. Brr. It sends a chill down my spine even thinking about it. You know what I'm talking about, of course. No? You don't? I'm talking about the Soulstealer. It's an evil sword that sucks out the souls of those it strikes. Apparently, our monstrous jailers have promised to free anyone willing to fell 5 people with it. As to what will happen to the victims, I shudder to think. Grr, I should have known. This place seemed peaceful enough, but the monsters were pulling the strings the whole time. A sword that sucks out people's souls? Brr, I've never heard of one of those. How about you, Davalos? We can get out of town this way, but it's caved in that way. Back in Pilgrim's Perdition. This seems to be the bank. Hello. Thank you, but I'll take these. Hey, that doesn't belong to you. A client left it here, and it's my job to make sure no one touches it. So we can't take those, huh? Ugh, I'm down to me last 30 gold coins. I'll never be able to pay me rent now. Maybe it's time I did a runner. Anything in this well? Evidently not. Strom may be cold, cruel, and ruthless, but he draws the line at cold-blooded murder. If you were to strike someone down without very good reason, he'd have you marched out of town and left to the mercy of the monsters. I can't tell whether Strom is a goodie or baddie. Okay, lesson number 1. Stay away from Strom. He doesn't sound like someone you'd want to get on the wrong side of. Indeed. Davalos looks at the bookshelves. Nothing of interest. Take my advice, young friends. Don't go wandering round at night. You never know when some lunatic might be roaming the streets armed with the Soulstealer. Folks get taken in by the monster's promises, you see. They tell them that stealing people's souls is their only hope of escaping this place. Some stuff here. $20 gold. And another herb. Hello again. Ugh, this is intolerable. All my hard-earned spells and abilities have been torn away from me. All my dreams of becoming a hero, all the efforts I made to train myself up, all for nothing. So sorry. And who's this fellow? I've got to take my hat off to that thief Fingers. He really came through with the goods this time. I owe him one. This medicine doesn't come cheap. Now, Eustace, what next? Boy, I made good on my side of the bargain. Now it's your turn. You know what I'm after. Yes, yes. You wish to become one of the High Priestess's bodyguards. Hehehe, bingo. It's been me dream since I was a nipper. Well, if you want me to make that dream a reality for you, I'm afraid I have another little favor to ask first. You what? Hang about. That wasn't what we agreed. Do you have any idea what I went through to get that medicine for you? Calm down, friend. No need to get worked up. It's hardly fitting behavior for a future member of the High Priestess's personal guard. You still want to join us, correct? Then you'll just have to accept that this is the way things are. We'll talk later. Now, if you'll excuse me... Right, that's it. I've had enough of this town. Every single person here is a thief or a liar. Davos, I demand you take me back to Pilgrim Bay this instant. I wish I could. The people here aren't very nice, are they? Not like the people in Pilgrim Bay. Another herb. Horse Manure. Sorry, Maribel. An empty chest. Hello. You're new here, ain't ya? Well, you'd do well to remember me. The name's Fingers. Hello, Fingers. I'm a thief by trade, but I've been doing a little bit of everything lately. If there's anything you want, anything at all, give us a shout. If you've got the money, I've got the time. Right now, what I want most is some of Davos's mum's home cooking. What kind of a man brazenly declares himself a thief in front of a group of perfect strangers? Stealing other people's property and selling it isn't anything to be proud of, you know. Anything down here? Looks like another pub. Hello? Poor Nava is a very sickly girl. She spends more of her time asleep than she does awake. She's just lucky she's got a brother like Zev to look after her. No one believes me, but I was a priest at Alltrades Abbey. I slipped away when one of those monstrous guards wasn't looking. I risked my life to make it here, and now no one will talk to me. That bloke over there's got a screw loose, if you ask me. He claims he worked up at Alltrades Abbey, but how could he have done? Everyone knows the monsters did all the priests in. Dead as doornails, every one. When someone's soul gets sucked out of them, They scream like you wouldn't believe. It's enough to wake the dead. Which is why when someone's foolish enough to pick up the Soulstealer, the whole town comes running as soon as the first victim gets caught. And everyone knows the rules. We'll do anything to stop those foolish enough to take up that awful challenge, even if it means killing them. The monsters holding us prisoner are happy to leave us to rot. They don't tend to attack us. No, if anyone gets killed round here, it's more likely to be the result of a bust-up between two humans. Another mini-medal. We're up to 21. There's a gathering over there. What's going on? Oh, hello. So, is anyone here brave enough to take up the gauntlet? Is anyone willing to make a stand? To take the Soulstealer in hand and win the right to a future? The Soulstealer? What's that? How good of you to ask. It is a mighty sword, forged from the souls of man. And anyone courageous enough to take it in hand and smite the souls from 5 of their fellow men will have their powers restored and be given the freedom to leave this accursed place. Are you serious? But of course, Cardinal Sin, Master of Alltrades Abbey, is nothing if not fair. Though you may be mere humans, if you show that you have sufficient steel to take up this challenge, you will be happy to grant you your freedom. If any among you believe that you have what it takes, make yourselves known to us. Alright, that's enough. No one in this town has got any time for your weasel words, you filthy tricksters. This must be Strom. Alas, we have been rudely interrupted, but do not forget the deal we offer humans. If you wish to escape this hellish prison, you have but one simple choice. Take up the sword and harvest those souls. Those damned monsters have got a nerve, showing their faces here in broad daylight. You're new here. Welcome to Pilgrim's Perdition. The name's Strom. I run this town. If you want to live here, you have to play by my rules. And one of those rules is, you have to take our little welcoming ritual with as much of a smile as you can muster. Hehehe. Okay. So we have to fight Strom and his goons. A Goon and a Stooge. Unfortunately, this is not a winnable fight. So don't waste healing items. Owie. Very unkind with those desperate attacks. The party are wiped out. What am I always telling you, Nava? You're too much of a soft touch. Why should you care what happens to them? You should have left them to fend for themselves. If we'd just left them lying there, how long do you think it would have been before our fellow citizens started helping themselves to everything they owned, Bah, who cares? In case you hadn't noticed, they're complete strangers. So we seem to have been saved. Gah, I can't believe it. How could we lose to a gang of dunderheads like that? Davos, I demand that you challenge Strom to a rematch this instant. That will not be happening. Ow, 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 ow. That Strom's such a meanie, beating us up just because we're new. We didn't stand a chance against him. He's just too strong. And us with no abilities. The bodyguard and the thief. The party explore their new surroundings and come across two men engaged in a lively conversation. One of them is Eustace, one of the High Priestess's bodyguards from Alltrades Abbey, and the other is Fingers, a master thief. Strom and the Soulstealer. Our heroes enter the village square, where monsters' voices can be heard coming from up above. The fiends have an unholy offer to make. Anyone willing to use a blade known as the Soulstealer to suck the spirit from 5 of his fellow men will be set free. But before anyone can take them up on their offer, the monsters are sent scuttling off by the appearance of Strom, the self-appointed boss of the village. And it turns out he's not there because of the monsters. He's there to greet our heroes in his own firm-fisted fashion. Not the nicest bloke. There's a book entitled Herbs You Can Count On. Davos takes a closer look. It contains an overview of all the plants and berries that can be used for medicinal purposes. How about strong medicine, huh? Oh, hello. It's good to see you up and about. Not too many cuts and bruises, I hope. I must say, you've bounced back impressively quickly. You looked like you were going to be out for the count for a while. If I'd taken the kind of punishment you did, I wouldn't have left my bed for a week. That's because you're not well, sis. You should be resting, not looking after waifs and strays. Zev? Ah, it's that Eustace. Nava, are you here? I've brought you some medicine. Here, I got you this. It's called Yggdrasil Leaf. Apparently, it should help you breathe a little easier. Yggdrasil Leaf, huh? Oh, thank you so much. But I know what it is, and it's terribly expensive. How in the world did you manage to... Eek! Sorry, I almost dropped it. Here, let me pour it for you. Eustace, it's okay. I can do it myself. Huh? Oh, I see. You're worried about what people will think. Sorry, I should have thought of that. Thanks for the medicine, Eustace. Now, I'm afraid my sister has exhausted herself looking after our guests. She really should go and lie down. But there's no need to look at me like that, Zev. In case you hadn't noticed, I'm trying to help. I just wanted to bring the medicine as quickly as I could, that's all. Well, Nava, I'd better be off. Look after yourself. That Eustace is so full of himself, swaggering around like he owns the place. I can't stand men like that. Maybe it's just the way he dresses, but Eustace looks like he'd be good with a sword. He looks kind of musketeerish. 30 gold. Sibling strife. Having lost to Strom and his henchmen, the party are awoken by the sound of two people arguing. They seem to be brother and sister. It sounds as though the sister was the one who came to the party's aid after their brutal beating. Before things can get too heated, the squabbling siblings are interrupted by Eustace. He has brought some medicine for Nava, but Zev suspects he has an ulterior motive. The two men don't seem to get along very well at all. What's that? No, I'm not blushing. I must be coming down with a fever or something. Perhaps I should go and have a little lie down. Oh no, she should lie down for a while. It always works for me. Nava's got a fever all right, but it's nothing to do with her illness. Tee-hee! The good Samaritan who brought the medicine has got his eye on my sister, and everybody knows that. And everybody knows it. Who does he think he is, anyway? Acting like he's our savior or something. No one asked him to help us. Anyway, I know what he's after. I wasn't born yesterday, you know. Ha! I know just what's going on here. I'll talk you through it. So Zev doesn't like Eustace because he's scared he's going to replace him as the main man in Nava's life. Hee hee, nothing gets past me. Honestly, you boys can be so immature. Oh, hello, fellows. So once I sort this for you, I'll be all set to take pride of place amongst the High Priestess's bodyguards, right? Pucka. Well, she'll have no need of bodyguards as long as she's being held captive, which is why we have to free her. High Priestess Jacqueline must be rescued at all costs. Well, old Fingers is, the safest pair of hands in the business. Leave it to me. You're a curious character, you know. What kind of person would beg to become the High Priestess's bodyguard at a time like this? There's nothing curious about it. You've got to turn a crisis into an opportunity. That's what I always say. I may be a common or garden tea leaf now, but if I can show I've got what it takes, I can join the Priestess's guard and be sorted for life. Well, just be sure not to let me down. I've put a lot of faith in your thieving skills. It's time to put them to good use. Hello, Fingers. Here, I know you lot. You're the ones who got properly pummeled by old Strom. Well, you put up a decent fight, I'll give you that. Actually, since you're here, and given that you know how to handle yourselves, I've got a little favor to ask. I want you to join me on a little jaunt over to that cave west of here. It's the only way to escape this horrible place and get over to Alltrades Abbey, and that's where I need to get to. Got business up there, see? Oh, and don't worry, I don't expect you to do it for nothing. Here, get a load of this little beauty. Davlos takes the roughly hewn stone from Fingers. The Salvation Stone. Use that when you're wounded, and you'll be right as rain just like that. Right, that's the formalities out of the way. Let's get moving, shall we? Fingers joins up as a guest. So now we have the Salvation Stone. Restores a little of a party member's HP. Very, very useful. particularly in this scenario. Helping the High Priestess. Shortly after leaving Zev and Nava's house, the party bump into Eustace and Fingers again. It seems that the current High Priest of Alltrades is a fraud, and that the true High Priestess has been kidnapped. Fingers is extremely keen to go to her rescue. He seems to think that doing so will ensure him a place among her elite bodyguard. Fingers' proposal. The thief known as Fingers asks the party to come with him to the cave west of town. Apparently, it's the only way to get back to Alltrades Abbey from the village. Keen to find a way out of their predicament, our heroes gladly agreed to go with him. Alright, ever since Kiefer left, it's been a bit lonely with just the three of us. It's nice to have someone else to talk to. Davalos, why have you let this light-fingered nitwit join our party? It isn't too late to get rid of him, you know. Go on, tell him we don't consort with thieves. Here, what you looking at me like that for? Just think of me as an old friend, and soon enough we'll be tighter than a pair of your old drawers. I thought it was about time to get out of the half-inching game, you know, go straight, so I went to Alltrades Abbey to sign up as a bodyguard for her ladyship, the High Priestess. But what do you know? I got done over by that dodgy priest and dumped down here, and without a single skill to call me own. Never rains but it pours, eh? I don't trust Fingers any further than I can throw him, but we haven't got many other options. Let's head over to that cave to the west. Even if it is some sort of trap, it beats hanging around in this rotten town forever. Can I have my skills back now, please? I don't want to stay like this for the rest of my life. Indeed. So we'll save. And then next time, we'll head west to that cave. This is Heorot Linnea. I'd like to thank you for watching, and I will see you again next time.